Hey guys, first off, thank you so much to all of you for all the love on the last guide. I want to also mention that you spoke and I decided to listen. So no more AI voice, it's just going to be me now, and I'm really hyped to bring you today's video. I'm going to give you a quick update as well. I'm going to start streaming at some point as well. I just need some time to grab a few things and get set up, so do stay tuned for that. Alright, so today we're going to be diving into the Ekko guide. As an Ekko one-trick pony, and as somebody who really loves the champion for what he is, there's a lot I want to break down today. So I'm going to go through the pros, cons, tips, tricks, and how to really play him the correct way. Starting off with Ekko's mobility, which is your biggest weapon and your biggest weakness at the same time, as it is a double-edged sword. So Ekko is insanely mobile, he has fast roaming, quick teamfight repositioning, of course the wall dashes as well, and let's not forget the clutch ult reset. He's actually ranked 6th most mobile champ in the game, but, and this is a big but, and this is where the double-edged sword comes in. And it's a mistake that I see a lot of players making in low and high elo alike. If you are moving too fast and you are not taking into consideration what champions your team has, you're going to dive in, nobody's going to follow, you're going to be forced to ult back out, and most probably get your teammates killed, because by the time you're ulting back out, they'll be baited and they'll be joining the fight. At that point, you're running back and it's your fault. 100%. Just letting you know that that was a really difficult thing to try to fix. Baiting teammates is, I think, one of the biggest cons that Ekko has as a champion. So do keep that in mind every time you're trying to either catch up or you're trying to play in a fast-paced manner. It's always better to try and slow down and match your team's tempo. Mobility is great, but only if you use it smart. So try to know when and where to use it. The other thing I'd like to mention is that Ekko is an objective king. He is the king. He is one of the kings of stealing, one of the kings of split pushing, and also one of the kings of cleaning up during a fight. But let's focus on the objective part right now. His passive can chunk objectives harder than Smite at some point in the game. That would be mostly mid-game to late game. He chunks Baron, dragons, towers. You'll be melting those down if you play it correctly. You'll just have to dash in, secure the objective, ult or flash out. You know, pretty clean thing, pretty clean stuff. So don't forget though that going for a steal can bait your team once again into fighting at an incorrect time. So do try to coordinate with your team and communicate. If you're planning on trying to solo steal an objective, just let your team know to back off, because you're probably going to dive in, and whether you take the objective or not, it's worth a try, because you can just ult right back out and continue the game with minimal casualties. Now this is my favorite part. Chaos is your playground. Ekko's kit is pure chaos. Every spell can be used aggressively, defensively, and switching gears fast is what separates good Ekko players from great ones. 1 second you're running, next second you're turning a 1v2 with a well-placed W and clutch ult into your advantage. So stay flexible, stay unpredictable. Always keep in mind that you don't necessarily have to use your spells to get away. That may change second from second in the game. So you may be trying to escape, you may see an opportunity, take the opportunity. If you're gonna die anyway, it's better to just try than to just waste the chances that you have. So some quick tips are: 1, if you're playing mid lane, wave clearing. If you're playing against weak farmers, do push the waves. You have mobility. If you use your vision correctly in the mid lane, you shouldn't have a problem with ganks. But gaining that early gold and XP lead will be crucial to winning your lane against weak farmers, because 10 minutes into the game you will definitely have a farm diff, definitely a gold diff, and definitely, obviously, an item diff. So let's kick into combo tips now. As either whether you're playing mid lane or whether you're ganking as a jungler, one of the best combos that I can tell you is, if you do land your Q and you're sure that you're going to get a second passive stack on the return, or if you want to reposition your Q so that it can get somebody on the return, use your dash for the reposition and try to blink into the enemy on the exact moment that your Q is returning. This will give you a big burst and an easy escape because of the trigger on your passive. Another thing, abuse Fog of War. Your W is visible, so it's easy to dodge, easy to step out of. Obviously you can predict the movement of the enemy when you're ganking or when you're doing something. That's going to come with experience, and it all depends on how far forward you're thinking in the game. But if you use your W outside of vision, the enemies will see the animation a lot later. So that gives you a higher percentage of success on stunning the enemy. So if you're in mid lane, you can abuse it by standing next to the bush while the waves are resetting. And while a lot of enemy laners like to walk up with the minions because they give them a sense of safety, abuse that, use your W, they will not be able to react. So, the most important one, blink mastery. Your blink can be used to follow flashes, dashes, and even dodge skill shots like Lux Q, Syndra E, or even Zyra's root, if you time it correctly. So be patient, try not to spam your spells, use your E to gain the distance, to bait out the spell, and then once you click on the enemy, you will blink the spell, if you play it correctly. Because your blink works like sort of like a mini flash, shall I say? Yeah, basically. It's like a baby flash. So, the other thing I wanted to go over is the rune setups that I choose to use. For the jungle, I'm obviously going to rock Dark Harvest, and I wouldn't change that at all. It gives you good burst, it gives you good damage. If you're a heavy ganker and you're somebody that goes for the stacks, it will truly help you out late game. Depending on the game, you can also go Blue Smite for mobility and Red Smite for sustain. I'm not that much of a Red Smite fan because I'm somebody that likes to be mobile, I like to move around, I like to have really quick repositioning. So personally, I go for the Blue Smite. Going into mid lane, I mostly play Hail of Blades, and that's into squishy mages though. Hail of Blades and Ignite, just to be aggressive, to poke, so that I can outtrade most of the mages in the game. When it comes to heavy duelists though, I use Electrocute and Teleport to play a little bit slower and to farm for late game power spikes. And champions that are a little bit, that will outtrade you and you shouldn't play Hail of Blades against because it will give you a huge disadvantage, are champions like Yasuo, Yone, and Zed. And for a final tip, in messy team fights, no one can keep track of you, and you should use your mobility and the chaos that unfolds in team fights to pick off key targets and disappear before they can even react, or pick off targets and just, try to run around, use your passive to move quickly, and try to confuse the enemy. Your biggest weapon is that you can take huge advantage of this. W placement, your dash, your passive, your burst can all be used to get the back line. So try not to be the one that instigates the fight, try to be the one that does the cleanup. You're an assassin, so that is important. That's going to be it for today's guide, guys. Thanks again for all the support. I truly, truly appreciate it. I can't wait to drop some more content soon, so I will be catching you in the next one. Peace.
Oh, bro, det existi tu, kana!